kill the market. I was like, sheesh, y'all don't leave no scraps behind, huh?
Yeah, I left nothing for me, man. I haven't had a trade in like 2 days.
I know. I'm going to get back in tomorrow. I'm waiting for this money transfer that I have to come hit my account, and I'm about to add some more fresh funds to my account.
Poor Nas. Poor
Take
Nas.
the time to do more planning and more paying attention and observation to the market. All right, guys. For those that this is your first time, we're having our weekly precision markets office hours. This is a time where we ask any questions that you may need to know, anything in regards to trading. And especially, it's really helpful to be able to show charts and other things that we can't sometimes do when we're looking in the Discord. So the format that we usually do for this is that we, in the chat, will ask any questions that you have, and in the order that they're received, our precision marketers coaches, Nathan and myself, will just take time to answer questions. So go ahead and guys, and start shooting your messages, and we'll begin giving you the answers. And don't be shy. There's no such thing as a dumb question. So ask any questions away that y'all may have.
Hi, Brian. This is EJ.
Hey, how's it going, EJ? Congratulations on your first trade today with the concepts.
Thank you, bro. I don't have a question, but in fact, I need just if you can analyze my trade and see what run have I done and something like that. If it doesn't bother you.
Sure. Well, I just enabled screen sharing. So go ahead and share your screen.
Oh, okay, of course. Let me just see how I can do that.
There should be a little green button at the bottom.
Found it.
Found it? Okay, good.
I think I'm good. Is it good?
Yep, we can see your screen.
Perfect. So firstly, for the trade, I found an interesting POI on, I think on 4 hour time frame, and then I refined it to the 51.
Okay.
Yeah, I took this candle as a POI, and then I refined it to 15 minutes.
Okay.
I tried to find the point of reaction. So I've chosen firstly when the price was here. I took this one. I didn't take it. I just was observing. I look at this one. I've seen it was broken. Same thing for this one. It was broken by this. And on this specific candle, I see a reaction on the 1 minute time frame when it came back here. And also it didn't close above. So I took it as a good confirmation. I went down to the lower time frame. I tried to observe changement of character. So I've got here a break, and then we have a impulsion here. For me, I have a problem is that as I explained on my Discord that you can see, or I've refined. I've drawn this box before it went lower. So when the price went away from my zone of interest on the 15 minutes, I got a little bit panicked, so I took the trade, which made me have a result of shorting my lot size, because I wanted to get all of this as a stop loss. But with the time, I've seen that it went back to the point where I described, where I chose my specific zone. And it went really nice away, but just with a smaller lot size. I took 50% of the lot over here, and then stood just watching. I've drawn this. This was a candle on the 15 minutes, the big box over here. It was an interesting one, so I've chosen to just to verify, to monitor what price action when it will come back to this place, what will happen. I refined it a little bit to this box on the 1 minute, and also to be truthful to this box also, the one behind. this candle too. When price came back, I've seen same thing. It didn't break the candle over here. It didn't break the zone. It just made a reaction, and I took a trade over here. But as the same thing, what happened here? I took a trade. You can see my chosen zone was this one in the box, but I took a trade below it. But this one, it wasn't that much relevant. But on consequence, a smaller lot size. Then, then the price action went below. It went to this spot, to this level. It was a little bit interesting for me. I noticed that the price action reacted very, very aggressively on this point. I hesitated to take out the trades, both of them, from here after taking this liquidity. For me, I thought that was the time to exit the trade, but no, a little bit of panic when the price went back here, of course. And then I've just I quit my computer, put my stop losses, final stop losses. I put them just above this candle, this box over here, and then stopped looking at the charts. And then it went down over here. I wanted to take the trades in this point, but because I've tried to see on the 15 minutes, I found it was I think the lowest low, a point of reaction. This candle. Based on this candle, I took this range as a supply zone. But as I was using TradingView without the automatic scale here, I didn't see the zone. So it tapped in, it went back. Then I stayed in a little bit. Same thing, I stayed in a little bit, and then it went back here. And then when it did a pullback over here, I put my stop losses over these candles over the entry over here. I put my stop losses over entries over here. I thought maybe it was a break even. I wanted to put my trades to the break even, and then I waited a little bit. And the price action did the same thing. It went back here, and I didn't take the trades off. So it went away, continuing, and when it got back here, they broke this last point, and with this candle over here, I've seen that it couldn't break any further down. I stopped the trade, and me seeing that this liquidity pool over here, this one, it was a little bit fresh. It wasn't taken out yet. This one too. So you can see that's like red flags I've seen. So I stopped the trade just over here when it got down over here.
Okay.
Any remarks?
I love how you started with your higher time frame. So you got your 4 hour bearings that gave you a sense of good direction. And then you came down to your 15-minute to find your zone. I love how your entry was based upon your higher time frame principles of what direction was. So that's what gives you a high probability trade. It's very important that you start with any type of analysis for everybody watching exactly how he started. He started with his 4 hour narrative. He worked his way down to the 15 minutes that supported his 4 hour bias and direction. And then he jumped to the 1 minute to be able to find the exact entry that was in line, that had everything in line. So that's, if you approach trading like that, you're going to find yourself very profitable, but not only just profitable, you're going to find yourself very consistent because it's going to be based upon a strong backing of what's high probability. I loved how you were able to find, you waited very patiently for your breaks and you were making sure to find those changes of character. Those strong momentum changes. I noticed in your first trade, you mentioned you saw price go down a little bit far. And that's just something that you'll come in time, because I remember being very much like that myself when I would see price move and I just want to hop in. But what I like what you did is that even though you had an entry point that probably wasn't as refined and ideal as you like, you still were able to protect your stops on the high. And you really made sure to have even a wider stop, even though accounting for your late entries, which is okay, because ultimately your trade still profited. So I think sometimes personally people get caught up in having such a tight stop loss, but if your trade's going to go in the wrong direction, what's the point? Doesn't matter what your stop loss is, doesn't matter how refined your entry is. It matters if you're going in the right direction. Because if you want to go, it doesn't mean anything if you have the direction wrong. So that's the most important thing. So I think you did a great job there. Your patience, it'll come with time. The more you back test and the more you take trades, you'll wait patiently for that 1 minute for it to return back to that 1 minute zone, even if it meant 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and then take an entry. So that's something that you'll work out over time. And you did a great job with your second entries as well too. Always keep in mind we're moving everything we enter on the 1 minute is just an entry. So keep in mind where you are on your 15-minute because you don't want to enter too far in the leg and you don't want to chase price. But you had momentum going in your direction. You had a strong bias of why to support your theories of taking those second entries, and price, sometimes will come back. But I know you mentioned it came down. You didn't take any partials, and then price came back to your entry, and you got kind of a little nervous, and that'll happen. I mean, that's just the trade-off of having a stop loss, move to break even at the first BOS, or do you take partials when it reaches a certain R?
Continue. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
For me, I was going to ask you two questions. The first one is, for example, when I get to this point, what should I do normally? What do you see me the best thing to do? Because I've found here to this area where we see a lot of price action just shoot up here. But here, what could I do better?
You could decide if that's where you want to just take partials, and you could take partials that could cover your stop loss so that you keep your stop loss open. Or you could decide that that's the point where you're not going to take partials because you want to hold full volume. And maybe that's a point where you decide to just move your stop loss to break even.
When you say hold full volume, what does it mean? Sorry.
So if let's say, for instance, you're in a trade and it goes up 4R, and let's say you close 25% of the trade, that would be what we call taking partials. And that 25% of the trade would ensure that you secured a 1R profit when you reached 4R, and it leaves the 75% remaining volume going on to whatever larger target you have. The flip side of that would be moving your stop loss to break even, or moving your stop loss and not taking any kind of partial profits. So that's why we would say that would be a full volume.
Okay.
So
here, so as I understand here, it was better to take a partially take profit, I think. Yeah.
Well, you could have, and why I say could have is because
same thing over here, because here too I had the same problem. It reacted on a very important supply zone, and then it went back, but it still got here to be true. I was a little bit greedy because I was waiting a little bit to get just to this 50% of this candle supply zone. So yeah,
see, that's all going to come within your your trade plan, especially when it comes to like your management of the trade. Like, and I think that will come in time as you get used to the charts, and as you get used to this whole strategy too. You got to find where you're planning to get out of the trade. Like right before you even enter, you want to have an idea of where you're going to leave, right? It's one of the most important things, but that'll come in time as well. Just like Brian was saying about taking partials, like you're going to have all these areas where you can say, I'm going to take a little bit here, going to hold a little bit till there, then I'm going to take some more over here. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to come up with that sort of thing yourself. But just like you said, there was a significant 4-hour demand zone right there.
Yeah.
Right there for you. You could have said, you know what, I'm going to just take 50% off this, or whatever you feel comfortable with. Just so you secure some profit.
Yeah. Sometimes, like for instance, you had it marked at a 25 or 50% zone, and notice how price tapped right into that demand zone. And look at that long wick. It touched the zone. It touched the zone barely the first time. Price comes back strongly, and then it tried to go down a second time, and it was instantly rejected. That for me is a sign that this might be a strong demand zone. This might be a place either to close the trade, take partials, or something. Just using candlestick, just understanding what the candlesticks are telling us on the chart. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, just that's it. That's all.
Yeah, well, no, great job on the trade. No,
well done,
you
man.
definitely can see the concepts are meshing together for you in a way that you can understand and to be able to execute. So great job.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Peachy, you are up next.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So I was wondering, first question is how to grow bigger biceps. No, just kidding.
I was expecting he will
I
say
was
that.
waiting for that.
All right.
When you find out, let me know.
Nathan is holding a special boot camp class. It's the master class of trading.
It's only $1,000.
Oh, it's only that. Okay, we'll talk about that then. So my real question actually is, what do you think is more optimal? Bigger risk, like higher stop losses, for example, wider stop losses, or let's say 3 or 2 pip stop loss, but lower risk. If you're aiming for the same, let's say, money from the trade, if you get what I'm saying.
I'd say bigger stops, better safe than sorry, isn't it? In a way.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you want to be profitable and you want to, capitalize as much as possible. I would definitely say bigger stops.
I agree with Nathan. Bigger stops. The one thing I used to hate the most, I used to try doing like these super tight stops, and I got tired of seeing myself get wicked out and then price go in my direction.
Yeah.
And it just validated my analysis was correct, but my ego was trying to make this super tight stop. Yeah. And like Nathan said, at the end of the day, I care about a P&L that's growing. I don't care about showing, the tightest stop on a trade.
Yeah, because to be honest, today I had 2 trades that actually wicked me out and went to like 8 or 9 hour profit, both of these each. So I got quite pissed after that because one of the stop losses on EU was like 0.6 pips and the other on NAS was, well, it was a bit bigger because I was quite stupid for taking the trade before the indexes market opened. So I was quite sure it will run, but it actually wicked above before it went down. So yeah.
And when it wicked above, was there any equal highs there or anything for today?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, something to keep an eye on too. Happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It wicks.
Yeah, I mean,
so yeah, I guess then bigger stop losses and more hit rate, I guess, better for psychology.
Oh, way better. Like I've been doing the 5 seconds now for since February, and I can tell you the psychological impact it has had on me has been crazy. Like the amount of hits I've been taking, it's so difficult. And it's great getting all them R's, but the psychological impact it's the toughest, and it's actually affected me quite a bit on the 5 seconds, getting them 1 pip, 1.3 pip stops. And it's come to a point where I'm actually just trading the 1 minute. I'm back on the 1 minute, and it's so much safer. I'll be honest, the bigger the stop, the better, for the mind anyway.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. I ended up, like I mentioned before, I used to trade NAS with super tight stops, and I watch myself lose trade after trade, like day after day. And I would watch the money go, and I would be furious with myself because you hate seeing all those R's that you could have had. Yeah. And I would have been like, well, why did I do the super tight stop? Like I was doing a fixed stop on NAS, and I would watch the trades just wick me out by like 1 pip. And then I'll watch the trade go in the same direction for 3 or 4 days straight.
That's horrible.
And it had me so low. I was depressed. I mean, I was really depressed.
Yeah, so that's how I figured out now. Like, yeah, it's going. If you got the direction pretty much correct, it's going to run. No doubt about it. And that's why I stopped using tight stops as well. Like, let me add something, test it out. So I tested it out, and sure enough, it ran.
Yeah.
The way I think about it. Oh, go ahead, Nate.
No, I was going to say, for me, I'll do max trades 3 or 4 a day. On the 5 seconds, I'll have 3 hits, and then I'll be questionable on the 4th one. And most likely my trading day will end right at the morning. I've taken the hits, and then I come back the next day and I'm already psychologically like, down because yesterday, man, I took a few hits. I'm like, I can't do this again today. And it'll happen again because I'm already psychologically down. It just totally messes up everything, So those big stops are way better. And I think the market will tell you how big your stop loss is going to be, wanting to get those 2.5s, those 3 pips. Doesn't matter how big's the candle, how can you cover it? Simple as that. And can you get a 5 or whatever or it is that you're aiming for out of it? The market decides your stop loss.
Right. Like when I think of the level of importance, this is something that Rob put together, and it just speaks in volumes. You look at direction. If you don't get direction right, it doesn't matter what your POI is. It doesn't matter what your entry is. You're going to get the trade more likely wrong. You may get a tight stop and secure some R's and hopefully break even, but you're not ultimately going to get that profitable trade that you're looking for. And there's something about the beauty of and the feeling from a psychological standpoint when you see it hit take profit. I mean, we're not supposed to be emotional traders, but it's something it does for your psyche to be. I consistently can see take profits. That gives me more confidence in my trading ability. It gives me more confidence that I'm doing something with my analysis. And so, like, as you look at direction and how I'm drawing it, direction is the bigger box out of all 3. And so, like, your stop loss is literally in this small little part of the triangle, but your direction is more important. So if I had to choose, a bigger stop, but as long as I know my direction's right, I have more confidence that even though I'm still going to profit from the trade, I may sacrifice maybe half an R or 1 R, but you get direction right, you can make it up for the fact that it's going to trend. That's all of our strategies are really trending strategies, because if the market's not in a trending state, we don't make money. So that's just something to keep in mind too.
All right. So, I mean, from what I saw, I'm pretty good right now, to be honest, in the direction category. But the problem for me is always, let's say I took a hit on a POI that I was looking at, and I'm seeing it reversing. And let's say I enter, but it just wicks me above and it runs. And let's say I did it in the morning. So I take 1-2 hits, and for the next day I'm being hesitant, on taking any more trades because I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to over risk for today. I might be not at the right psychological state even to take any trades. So yeah.
Yeah, got to watch out for all that liquidity too, especially in the morning with London. I know people say London it's great to trade, and it is, and London does move, but God, London can mess around for a bit in the morning, especially with liquidity and that Asia liquidity that loves to sweep. Really got to mark up all the liquidity possible down there and make sure if there's anything close to your zone or any way that it could, sweep something. You got to keep your eyes out. And I tend to look for the double breaks of structure too in the morning, just to get that bit of extra confidence in the trades. Because London is mad, mate. It's mad on EU. When it goes, she goes,
Yeah.
So do you actually take a trending trades, you mean, after it went from the total extreme, you enter on like second break or something?
Yeah, so I'll get I look for a liquidation, a change of character, and a flip. And when those happen, I'll wait for the next substructural break on the 1M, and then I'll enter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's if I'm trading London in the morning. Yeah, because it's just a bit mad in the morning, to be honest. That's why I kind of stood away from it now. But I was trading it there this morning. The double breaks of structure are just a little bit of extra confidence. That's all.
All right.
Sorry, guys. Got this iPad making all kind of new noises.
Was Marco there? No, for quiet.
I'm just quiet.
Yeah. How are you doing today, man? You all right?
Yeah, was a great day, but also like Peachy, I was wicked out twice just for half of maybe 1 pip or even maybe half of pip.
Oh.
And of course, it went then 10, 15 hours, and I was a bit of pissed off, drank a bit of Jack Daniels and came back in 30 minutes and got a nice short on gold. So
Yeah.
I got the payback. So it's good.
I like
So,
these little breaks you take. You go wash the car, you drink a little bit of Jack Daniels.
yeah, I can move the grass around the house. Yeah, and it works. I mean, it really works. Just step away for 30 minutes and get some fresh air, and it works.
Let me know when you write a book, bro.
I will. $1,000, you know.
You got to give us a pre-sale link.
Okay.
Special first dibs.
Okay. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, the day was great for me also. So
congrats to you also for passing your challenge, going into phase 2,
thanks.
man.
Yeah. So now it's 60 days to finish. I should do it, but yeah, I will take it slow and just the most higher probability trades and don't force it. So yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah, put your legs up. What's 60 days anyway? It's a good bit of time for you, man, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Can you imagine how many cars I can wash in this time?
Oh, money. You can hire me. I'll come over and I'll wash them.
Yeah.
Man, good stuff. What other questions do y'all guys have? Anything else that y'all can think of?
No, they'll think of something tomorrow to say in the Discord, so they will.
All right, we'll see a plethora of questions. Now y'all becoming the masters now.
Yeah, no questions. Which is good, I guess.
What did you take today, Brian?
I didn't trade today.
Okay.
I will be back either tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two. I've been working on some business stuff. So, and at the timing couldn't have been better because the last 2 weeks the market has been something else.
There's a warrant out for Brian, guys. He's robbed the NAS every single day for the past 2 years. If you see Brian, call the cops.
Shoot, the NAS is doing things it shouldn't be doing now. I guess I should have taken profit at the top.
I bet you can't wait to trade, mate.
Actually thought of selling NAS just recently and it tapped into 1 POI, but it's a bit past my trading hours, to be honest.
Yeah, but the Nasdaq can be traded almost in the New York ending.
Yeah, very much. Well, guys, if there are no more questions, thank y'all so much for the great conversation as always. If you didn't get a question, or if you think of a question later that we didn't get a chance to answer, go ahead and shoot us a message inside Discord in our questions. Don't forget that on Thursdays, we have Q&A call with Rob. It'll be an hour long, so it'll be starting same start time, just on Thursday. And don't forget, guys, if y'all need any kind of one-on-one specific help with specific concepts or things or strategies and ways that we do things, don't hesitate to reach out to Nathan, Rob, or myself and sign up for one-on-one trading. And we'll give you an hour of dedicated time to really be able to help you hone in on any specific areas that you want more just attention and detail to, so that you can become the best traders. But guys, we are so proud of the progress of the community. Love waking up every day and be able to see like the trades you're taking, seeing your analysis, seeing even the things that y'all learn from losses and just things you learn from trading altogether. Like the community growth has been insane over the last couple of months. And we just want to continue to keep that going. And we love, dialogue, conversations, thoughts, and questions. So, hey, keep it up, guys. And we'll see y'all in the Discord.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. See you.
All right.
Thank you.